Welcome back. Now, Soweto in South Africa is no stranger to world headlines. Home to scores of prominent freedom fighters, it was the scene of many anti-apartheid rallies, amongst them the infamous 1976 Soweto riots. But recently, the township has once again drawn international attention, only this time it's for a race rather than a rally.
Daybreak over Soweto, South Africa. This is the southwestern township on the outskirts of Johannesburg, once a hotbed of political violence and a long-standing symbol of the segregation between black and white under the apartheid regime. Today, it's home to about 1 million black South Africans, many of whom get up well before dawn to travel to their jobs in the city.
Soweto has become like a dormitory town where people come work and go out of the place and then come back in the evening, and nothing really happens in Soweto. And one of the attempts has been to create something more of it.
So on this Sowetan morning, people are up early for different reasons. Thousands of cyclists are here to compete in the inaugural Tour de Soweto cycle race.
Part of the whole cycling element is obviously that people are interacting with their environment, they're experiencing Soweto on a level never before.
While the Tour de France is the most prestigious cycle race in the world, the Tour de Soweto is arguably the most colourful. Among the contestants are the superstitious.
Yes, this feather is gonna give me wings, an ostrich. It's an ostrich feather.
The hopeful.
No, I know I can win today. Yeah, civil engineering.
And the entrepreneurial.
Hey, today I'm a shebeen seller. I'm selling beers on the side of the route, not actually because I'd be arrested, but yeah, that's the plan.
The event has also attracted thousands of serious cyclists, both local and international, to these dusty township streets.
Yeah, looking hell forward for it. We're hoping for a win in each category that we represent, and we're going to give it stick.
I'm wearing the yellow jersey, I'm leading, no doubt about that.
Try to get to the front and push the pace, be the ones causing the pain, not the ones receiving it.
Yeah, I'm ready to race, I'm ready to play.
10 seconds, guys. We wish you the best of luck on the first 12, Soweto.
So we had some serious teams who race in Europe, professionally racing now in Soweto, and also elevating the Soweto races, not just something for a bunch of poor black people in the township. This is something taken seriously on a national stage.
Soweto came onto the world stage on June the 16th, 1976, with the Soweto riots. Mass protests erupted over the apartheid government's policy to enforce education in Afrikaans, the language of the former oppressors. About 10,000 black students took to the streets demanding to be taught in English. Police opened fire on the youngsters, killing at least 4 children. In the days that followed, over 500 people lost their lives.
Part of our route follows the route of the marching students, and then it goes past the memorial where Hector Peterson, who was the first student who was shot in 1976, many students were eventually killed, but the scenes that rocked the world and rocked Soweto, and that happened at that point. So our cyclists ride past that place, I think very moving for many of the people, particularly the people who are not from Soweto, who have heard about it, who maybe even lived through it, sitting reading the newspaper in a white suburb in the old apartheid days, now are cycling through that place. Instead of the youth toy-toying and throwing rocks and rioting, the youth are screaming, go, 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 and encouraging them.
Still, for some South Africans, coming to Soweto means stepping out of a suburban comfort zone.
Well, common perception up in the northern suburbs is you don't go near Soweto. So I think that's the uniqueness.
I think it's different. Everybody was a bit dubious of entering, but I see we've had quite a number of riders.
Yeah, it also gives a chance to other people, like the white people, to come to Soweto and see how beautiful Soweto is, you know.
I think people are afraid of Soweto. So the first thing we had is our bikes are going to be hijacked.
They got us all to Soweto. We're here with our 50,000 rand bikes.
Yeah, because some people, when they think about Soweto, they only think about crime, you know, and it's not like that, you know, and not anymore.
But, you know, a lot of it is misconception, this fear. Equally, from the other perspective, most of the township people couldn't believe that all these people would come, these whiteys, whatever, would actually come to Soweto and cycle.
But come they have. Almost 2,000 cyclists competing across several categories: racing, elite, veteran, and one you're not likely to find anywhere else in the world, the so-called Dickville category.
Dickville, in Zulu they call it Iskadla, but Dickville is the Afrikaans word, or Dutch word in fact as well, for thick wheel. And these are literally, they're generally single gear, these thick wheels, sit straight upright, big bell on the handlebars. You see them throughout Africa, India, China, any of that environment. Sometimes you'll find them with 300-400 kgs of stuff on. Now these bikes become people's lives.
One of those people is Vusi Langa.
When I look, it's so nice, and people like it.
Vusi started building his bike when South Africa was still in the grip of apartheid.
18 years we'll start to do this, little bit, until now.
Built almost completely from scrapyard parts, Vusi's bike aspires to be more than just a set of township wheels.
This bike is BMW 518. Because when I get money, I buy first BMW.
Vusi's bike has all the features of a luxury vehicle.
Indicates left and right, and the park lights, and the red light. Yeah, also the radio. Also radio.
The custom-built BMW is more than a showpiece. It's also Vusi's livelihood. He collects and delivers television sets for repairman Lucky Malaba.
We work together as a team. I like the way he's moving with that bicycle. We go together to collect the TVs from far away. We have no problem because we use a bicycle. It's just like a car because it's got the lights.
Today, Vusi's hoping his bike brings home more than its usual delivery rates.
Long time, I was thinking to get this, get the chance to race.
If his bike wins Best Design in the Dickville category, Vusi takes home the equivalent of $350. That's more than he earns in several months. Another hopeful is carpenter Ntabiseng Dlamini.
No, you know what? The time I was doing this my job, I was thinking myself to say, right, I can do a bike like this.
He gets his inspiration from big commercial vehicles.
If I looked at the big trucks past, now they're coming in my mind. I'm taking a paper, I'm taking a pen, taking a roller, I write it down, then I do it again.
Some people are known for those, so if he does a specific route, everyone knows there's Babu Dlamini and there's his bike, and they wait for him because while they're buying their wares from him, they look at this bike and they listen to his music that he's playing, so they become characters.
The Tour de Soweto is all characters and colour.
There's everything on the road, from their hawker stand where they're selling rims of car tyres, and you've got to dodge the hawker, and the road's got holes in it. We've tried to mark those. But when you ride here, you're riding in the middle of a community. The streets are really narrow. There's these little houses next to it, no pavement to speak of. So all the Zionists who are walking to church with their drums and preparing to go to church will be dodging the bikes as they go through that. So quite a challenge in some ways, but I guess that's going to add to the fun and the excitement and the fact that this is Soweto. And yes, you will have to dodge. You won't have to dodge stones being thrown at you because that's not going to happen, but you're going to have to dodge the potholes of Soweto.
The route will also take cyclists along the legendary Vilakazi Street, which was home to not one, but two Nobel Peace Prize winners, Nelson Mandela and Archbishop Desmond Tutu.
No other street in the world can claim two Nobel Prize winners. Funnily enough, both are alive still.
After 120 kilometres of history, culture and colour, winning cyclists take home about $50,000 in prize money. Among them, Vusi and Ntabiseng, who tied for first place in the Dickville design competition. Their win, an inspiration to other township locals.
I will buy another bicycle and then I decorate another one. Now I want to make a Cooper car now. Small car, you know Mini Cooper, that very fast.
Mini Cooper, BMW, Mercedes-Benz. These are just some of the brand names organisers expect to see at next year's Tour de Soweto.
Our experience post the event has been so many people were raving about their experience and their first time going through Soweto and want to experience Soweto like that again. That whole diversity and the informality and the vibe and the excitement is very attractive to people.
Well, don't forget to check out our website, aljazeera.net/English, where you can find out about all the latest sports news and watch any of our Sportsworld stories again. And let us know what you think of the show. But that's it for this edition of Sportsworld. I'm Rahul Pathak. You're watching Al Jazeera.